glass, I would tap it.
Could I have this chair?
Yes. Thank you all for coming. My name is Ann Heitland. I am the first vice chair of the Coconino County Democratic Party. The chair, Shauna Redmond, is on a much-deserved vacation with her family. Otherwise, I'm sure she would be here. Before we begin, I'd like to just take a moment to acknowledge the death of Elijah Cummings this morning, the son of a sharecropper, risen to a congressman, who was a great leader and inspiration to all of us for many decades. So if we could just take a moment to do that. Thank you. Today, the county party is very pleased to have the opportunity to introduce to this north region of the county two of our candidates for state legislature. I'd like to also introduce our regional captain for this area, Linda Guarano, who has been circulating around. Hopefully you'll see much more of her over the next 13 months as we get ready for November 3rd, 2020. Today's speakers are candidates for the state legislature, and we all are constantly hit with a barrage of news about what's going on in Washington. But what goes on in Phoenix perhaps impacts our lives much, much more. If you are concerned about education, you need to be concerned about your local school board, but you also need to be very concerned about who serves in statewide offices and who you elect from your legislative district to serve in the state legislature. If you're concerned about corruption and waste in our prison system and the humanitarian conditions of people whose liberty we take away and put there, you need to be concerned about our state legislature. If you're concerned about our roads, if you're concerned about broadband service, all of those things can be impacted by the state legislature. So with that, I'm very proud to give you a very brief introduction to these candidates who I'm sure will talk more about their background than I will right now. Our state senatorial candidate from Legislative District 6 is Felicia French, who has 30 years of service in the U.S. military and has recently returned from 2 weeks of humanitarian service in the Bahamas following the destructive hurricane there. Our candidate for Legislative District 6 House is Mayor Coral Evans, Mayor of Flagstaff. I first knew Coral when she first got on the city council, and I went to her to lobby for an ordinance that a group I was involved in was interested in. And what impressed me right away was Coral's intelligent questions, her caring about not only my organization but the entire community, and her willingness to learn more about the situation that this group I was representing was in. So I thank you, Coral, for that, and I thank you for being here today.